What is up, guys? Bobby Kicks back in the mix for the Kickstory podcast.
Goatee in the place to be. What's going on, everybody?
We got a special episode. I know we always say that, but this is definitely something that I'm going to be all ears on because...
Yeah, you probably going to be a spectator because this ain't your flow. This is not your flow.
To a degree.
All right, to a degree, right? But overall, you're not about technology. Right, like you're you up on technology, but that's not your thing.
Yeah, like I don't buy into like, for example, like the latest iPhone. Like I had to have it, you know.
Right.
Like I'll let the hype die down before I jump into something that was like, you know, just put out there, right?
Right.
So that being said, I do appreciate technology and what brands are doing with technology in the sneaker performance.
And how technology has helped our lives.
Most definitely. Yeah. I mean, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, without the camera that we're using, the microphones and the YouTube and the channel, all that good stuff. I appreciate it.
Right.
But there's some things I'm like, okay, now you're just flexing. Now you just want to show off what you can do, which is cool.
Right.
You know, just like going to a car show. They're just showing off like latest tech in their cars and stuff like that. So I get it. There's a time and a place to really show off what you can do as a company, right? And I feel what we're going to be diving into does that. So
listen, so we're diving into technology, but to the upteenth, like to the highest percentile because it's 2025, right? And we got an unboxing.
Awesome.
And we got unboxing. So this. I just want to say this is the gateway drug to what we're going to unbox.
Yeah, this sets the stage for this special thing that you told me about.
Right.
I saw here and there little things on the internet. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, let's see where this is going to go, man.
And you know me.
Yeah.
I have an electric car, right? I'm all, and anybody that really know me know that I live off of new technology. That's just like, I just love it, especially if I see the benefit.
Yeah.
If I see the benefit, even if the benefit is temporary, right? It's that initial excitement. But you know what? Go ahead. What you gonna say?
As you're driving your electric cars, I'm still rewinding my tapes. You know what I'm saying? That's how we roll. You know?
But you know, that's what makes this Kickstory podcast,
there
man. Do you feel me? But pause. But listen, where are we?
Top Rocker Tattoo Studios, once again, our sponsor in partnership here for the Kickstory podcast, our new home, our studios here. Thank you again, Serve One, for being our partner in crime. If you're looking for any type of ink, body ink, cover-ups.
Cover-ups are big.
Yeah. Any type of artistry.
Yep.
Link up with them. Yep. Connect with their artists because they have a lot of great options for you guys.
PRE, Arizona. Check them out. Check out this creative energy and creative hub that's been cultivated here, and we're just part of the mix.
That's right. Set up your appointment as soon as possible. Get them hooked up. Get you hooked up, and they will hook you up nicely, okay?
All right. Technology. Let's do this.
That's
okay.
Right.
So, got my little phone here. Lots of information. Lots of information. So, you know, and somebody asked me the other day, are you guys a Nike podcast? Because you guys cover a lot of Nike.
True.
Like, no, we covered Pumas. We have several Puma episodes. We covered Reeboks about the pump. Like, we covered other brands, but Nike cultivated our lives.
True.
Cultivated our childhood.
They made an imprint. They've impacted everyone across the sports world and just the everyday consumer. So that's why you'll hear a lot about that. So
100%. So what Nike has done and did is they always take risk, right? And not all risk are rewards. Risk are experiences too.
True.
Right?
Learning lessons.
And this, what are you looking at right here? These two are risk.
Guys, sorry for the interruption. But I swear this is going to be a good one. I'm excited to share with you an awesome deal exclusively from Reshoevn8r.com. Check this out.
We partnered with Reshoevn8r to give you 20% off all things Reshoevn8r, the #1 sneaker cleaning solution product and system in the world. All you have to do is go to checkout, type in Kickstory Podcast 20 to get your 20% off.
And Reshoevn8r has you covered from stain repellents, shoe wipes, midsole cleaners, and their signature shoe cleaning kit that has the solutions, all the brushes, and the shoe trees there to keep your kicks looking awesome.
That's it. Stay fresh to death with your sneakers while saving some money. Once again, just go to Reshoevn8r.com, type in Kickstory Podcast 20, take advantage of that 20% off.
Now, back to the show.
Right? This is when we're getting into the world that was first introduced to us in 1989, Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
Right? With that scene when Michael J. Fox wore those Back to the Future Air Mags and when he stepped on it, and it made me mad when years later how they actually did it. Where there was a person in the back.
Yeah, it's a whole system behind the scenes
production, which I should have known, but as a kid, I'm like, right, like this is the future.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool that Nike not only played off of this, but they brought it to fruition.
Yeah.
Okay. They brought it. There's one thing to see it, but to actually attempt it and it
years later.
Yeah.
When technology basically caught up to what they can do with their imagination.
Exactly. So this shoe right here, and I remember seeing this shoe, man. This is the HyperAdapt 1. Okay. And you see in the tongue, it says E.A.R.L.
Yeah.
E.A.R.L. for electro-adaptive reflective lacing technology.
Yeah.
Lacing.
Which was basically
soft lacing.
Inspired by the mag.
Correct the moon.
The Air Mags.
Correct the moon.
And I think, from what I understand, I was watching this interview with Tinker. He's like, okay, let's attempt to revive that shoe.
Right.
But in today's time.
Right. And this came to life in 2016.
Wow.
Right. And this is this right here, first of all, okay. Let's just talk about this. Came out in 2016, November 28th, 2016. For $720.
That's crazy.
$720.
That's
Bobby.
crazy. Yeah. Okay. That says a lot about how much research and development went to this shoe.
Right.
Because in order for them to make their money back and how much they spent for research and development, they had to put a heavy price tag on it.
Right. And and right here you see the bottom. It says MT2. That's Mark Parker and Tinker Hatfield. Nice. Okay. They had they put their DNA in this one. Couple of details that I made notes of. First ever self-lacing system using a sensor. There's a sensor in the heel. So there's two ways you can put this one on. As soon as you step your foot in the shoe, it will literally just auto adapt and tighten to the specificity. I think I said that wrong, but the customization of how your foot is built.
It's
right.
To form to your foot.
Form fit. Right. Or I love this sound. You can just press a little nod right here and it goes. And it just adapts.
Yeah.
It tightens, and then you press it, and then it unloosens.
Yeah.
Now, come on.
Lights in the back and everything, too. Yeah.
Bobby.
Very futuristic, for sure. Yeah.
Now, just off of that notion, what's your thoughts just off of that?
I mean, like I said, visually, it's cool looking.
Right.
It's a cool, sporty looking shoe. It looks like, like a running shoe.
Right.
Silhouette, so that's cool.
Right.
The lights remind me of what back in the day, LA lights, like, oh, wow, you step on it.
Yeah, joints.
LA gear, that's cool.
Right.
So it has a lot of that, that nostalgia, and it does piggyback off what we saw in Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of cool to see in present day at that time, 2016. Right. But at the end of the day, like I was mentioning to you off camera, I'm like, what for? Like, I'm like I can lace them
for the culture, Bobby Kicks, for the innovation and the future of the sneaker culture.
But I can lace them. Like I can take these two hands and do the whole.
True.
How do you call it? What do you call it? Do the hoop.
Bunny ears.
Bunny ears.
Bunny ears.
And again, when I think of innovation or bringing something new to the market, you think of trying to solve a problem.
Performance.
Well, ultimately when you're trying to introduce a new product to the market, you're trying to solve a problem.
You don't think this solves a problem for people that are maybe disabled?
There you go. Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point. But they still need to push a button.
And I'm gonna say that's why they came out with this. Okay. But hold on, okay. But you're right.
But But overall, that was my first reaction to that. I was like, okay,
right,
show offs, but it's cool. I was like, all right, I got you. That Nike taking risks.
Yeah,
you're doing something new. Breaking out of the mold. Cool deal.
Yeah, and I get your point. Like, and I'm pretty sure there are tons of people that feel the same exact way you do. Right. This took years, like we said earlier, right? Tiffany Beers, shout out Tiffany Beers to you. She led, her and her team led the Nike Innovation Kitchen to really make this happen. Very cool. Years of failure, right? Imagine to put this confidently on the market. How much failure had to go into this?
Trying to make it smaller and smaller, waiting for technology to catch up, and
the motors, the batteries, the mechanics. I mean, this even down to using this type of thread, to mimic lacing, right? Shoelaces, right? This was a game changer, and this is super exclusive. It's only available in certain cities and on Sneakers app.
Wow.
All right. So this is the root. This is the era.
And this pair right here, courtesy of?
This is, once again, I'll do Shelton. Salute to you, Shelton. Salute to you, Poppers and Kicks. That's how we do.
A good friend of ours for the Kickstory podcast family. Thank you again for letting us borrow some 100%.
100%. This is my personal pair because I've been waiting for this, because this now adheres to what you're all about, performance. So this right here took it to the next level. This is the Adapt BB basketball. And who spearheaded this shoe? You remember?
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum. So this is the first ever self-lacing basketball or sneaker, performance sneaker that was on a professional court, basketball court. Now, there's a lot of people that was like, okay, they may say, I've heard rumors today, or people with opinions. This is a gimmick because it wasn't much technology inside of this shoe right here. Just the concept of having a self-lacing. It wasn't like there's no Zoom air cushion or anything else of that nature here.
Yeah.
Right? But I love this because I love this. I just love the aesthetic of it. I love the silhouette of it. You know, I'm a 3M guy.
Yeah.
You know, and then it also it took this to the next level because now you're concerned. I said, hey, maybe for disabled people. You say, well, they still have to press this button to unlace it, this today, because this now features an app. Okay, so now you can download the Adapt Nike app. Rest in peace. That app recently got discontinued a little over a year and a half ago. Right. So this is officially the end of an era that I'm talking about right now. But there was two ways that you can lace this. You can either press the button here and then it'll tighten it. Listen to that sound. I just love that sound. Right. And then it tightens up, or you can
basically the top is squeezing. It's squeezing
custom to your foot.
Yeah. To the top part. So yeah, I imagine there's sensors in there to let you let the motors know that, oh, that's too much.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah. Here's the thing. And when I had the app, and for some reason I got a new iPhone and I deleted the app, and I'm like, okay, let me upload the app or whatever. Yeah. And this during that time, the app is done. So if you wasn't grandfathered and kept it on your phone, it's done
forever. Yeah.
Right. But I've been playing with the app. The lights on the side could change various colors. I know Bobby Cakes, that's gimmick for you.
Yeah.
But you can customize it. So every time you put your foot on, you put your feet inside of it, it will customize to whether you want to loose, tight. Yeah. You can customize it from the app.
You have different settings, right?
Right. The app had a split version. So left shoe, right shoe. If you scroll up, you tighten it, scroll down, unloosen it. I know this is not your thing, Bobby Cakes.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? Because that was performance.
No, like I said before, it's kind of funny that, now we're scrolling to tire shoes. It's like, we're literally driving in computers to get to as a car. Everything is becoming like computerized. And I've always been like, man, like give us something to do. Don't take away everything that we're able to do on our own. Yeah. It'd be nice to kind of still experience some of the things that make things like enjoyable to interact with. But I get it. Right. This is a great example of what Nike is capable of doing in the lab. Trying to really push the envelope. Right. Getting designers involved. Right. To create something unique and just putting themselves out there. I get it. That's awesome. That's great.
And this was actually a success because they actually made an Adapt BB2. Right. So a part 2 version of it. They also made the Adapt Huarache. So they continued the lineage, the tradition of the Huarache line with that sock liner feel.
So they kind of infused a past and present.
Past and present. Right. They did an Adapt Auto Max. Right. That kind of now you bring in the Air Max family. Now you have an air bubble.
Okay.
Right into it. Right. And so you have Air Auto Max. I think those are the two, the Air Auto Max and the Air Max and BB.
Air Jordan 11s.
Oh, don't tell me about that.
Remember those?
Okay.
Those Air Jordan 11s, those are moon boots.
I have purposely forgot about those. I thought that was very. Right. I thought that was disrespectful to Jordan. What do you think about those?
Yeah, I didn't see it, man. Like the colorway threw me off.
The height, the midsole height.
Yeah, it was too bulky. I mean, that shoe is bulky enough, right? On its own, and then adding all that, it's like, come on.
It was. When I say overwhelming, that's an understatement.
Yeah,
I mean those shoes. Bobby, I purposely forgot about those because I was like, I can't believe they did. I understood why they did it. It was part of this. It was part of the era. But to put it, I felt was disrespectful to the lineage of Air Jordan.
And that's what sucks about trying to do everything all at once is that you create something and then it just comes and goes. Right. It doesn't stay around. It's expensive to produce on their end, I imagine, with all the research and development they had to put in there. Right. And it was a flop. It's like, like you need, I don't know how they test the market about like, hey, should we put out these, like have like a focus group to say, hey, is this worth putting out before they invest that money? But I don't know what the thought process is, but I'm like, when I saw this, I was like, no, dude, don't touch that. That's an iconic shoe.
I'm even looking at them. I'm just like, oh my God, like this is crazy. But
it's one of those under the radar.
But yeah, man, that's just, wow. Air Jordan 11 Adapt. Unbelievable.
Adapt technology was definitely a new way of looking at just sneaker technology. Like what type of computer systems can you add in a shoe?
Right.
I know you mentioned in the past that you had some shoes that had a sensor in there for you to sync up to your watch.
That was Nike, the Nike Plus Running.
That's right.
The Nike where you had a little chip, you put it inside your shoe. This is around like the Air Max 2009s, and then you actually had the running device that connects to it, and then you take it off and put it inside your computer.
You can see your performance.
You can see performance,
which is cool because now you're starting to see like, okay, now I'm starting to measure my performance so I can see where I need to improve.
Right.
You know, that gives you some metrics to work with, right?
Right.
And you'll notice too, a lot of footwear and apparel are now integrating technology. Like I've seen these are concepts, but I've seen some like, like they're, there's certain apparel where it gets wet, it dries automatically.
Right.
There's things that measure your temperature to keep you cool and regulate your temperature. So I get it. That's what we're going towards. Technology is it, And that being said, when it comes to what you recently bought, which makes sense to me, but seeing it visual, I'm like, man, that's a lot going on.
Right.
But I know the importance of recovery after performance because it does help you out. Technology can help you.
Correct the mundo.
Right? So
great segue. Yeah. Great organic segue, Bobby Kick, because I was so excited by seeing this because like I said, like I'm all about at least trying technology.
Yeah.
Right. Because I'm super fascinated with just where we came from.
Yeah.
Right. When I was a kid to now, and I'm just like always fascinated. There's always been a passion. Technology's always been a passion. And so when I saw LeBron James, actually, he debuted it on social media. Nike teamed up with the company Hyperice. Okay, and they made this futuristic boot. I'm like, what the hell is that? I remember, I didn't know what it was. Then once I started doing research on it, I'm like, ooh, this is an amazing shoe that's going to serve purpose for the athletes. Yeah. Right? So it's not, in your words, gimmick.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a now we have a functionality and purpose to it, right? Yeah. Hyperice was started by Anthony Katz, right? Around like 2009. Okay. Now, I'm looking at some details. He was just a high school basketball teacher and a phys ed teacher, right? He's a high school basketball coach, and phys ed teacher. He created kind of this like reusable neoprene, like ice compression wrap.
Nice.
And he was testing it on his players. It actually drew interest from NBA players, and the prototype was actually sent to Kobe Bryant.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
So that's a great example of like innovation by trying to solve a problem. He saw recovery as an issue with athletes. He came up with something to solve that problem. Yep. That to me is like that's awesome innovation.
Right. And you know what? You know what's amazing about that? Kobe Bryant was the first poster child. He gave it the vouch. He vouched for the HyperIce product. Cool. Right. And then in 2011, HyperIce officially launched, and Kobe Bryant was the blueprint. He marketed HyperIce product. Nice. So Kobe Bryant, who was an innovator, rest in peace, Mamba, saw what this company could do, and now look, they partnered up with Nike.
Let's do it. Let's see what you're talking about.
Enough conversation, right? Enough conversation.
That's awesome. No, that's great. That's great information. But it's set the stage. But I'm really excited to see this because
okay, let me bring up some more facts.
This is a special thing.
This was $950 special.
That's another thing too.
This is just to be very transparent, right? This released 2025 in May. You want to put this on the side, Bobby Kicks? This released on the Nike.com, and it didn't really sell out. I mean, large sizes sold out, and then small sizes are really available. And how they did it was they did it by, they didn't make like size 11, size 10, size 11. This did small, medium, large, extra large. Yeah. So it's medium, large, extra large.
These aren't for wearing; they're more for like exactly like you said. It's a recovery tool.
It's a recovery thing. It's a recovery tool. So let's go. This is This is our first unboxing. This is our first view of the Nike Times HyperIce Hyperboot.
Look at that box.
Look at this tank. Look at this H2.
Now again, keep in mind, this is footwear for recovery purposes.
Right.
This is more like for health purposes.
For health purposes, right?
Not more styling, but I mean there is some styling to it.
100%. Before I open it, because I want us to have more real live interactions and breaking down the details. Let me just talk a little bit of details right now, if you don't mind, right? So it's high top wearable recovery shoe combining Hyperice pneumatic air compression and hyperheat technology into a Nike sneaker. So that's what Hyperice is known for. Pneumatic air pressure, and then they have hyperheat technology. So this shoe is basically focusing on your foot, ankle, Achilles area. It provides heat, and it provides more like an air inflation too. So think of the Nike pump where you pump up that air. So it's combining both. Yeah. So think about the pre and post recovery of just what I just said, Bobby.
Yeah, and it's funny because that's how Reebok got their inspiration for Reebok pumps.
Right.
They wanted to mimic those air booties.
Right.
Basically, were compression. You know, when you had an injury,
right,
had like these air boots.
Right.
Air cushion boots to keep your foot in place. So that kind of is full circle now. That they're taking that to the next level.
Next level, yeah. Right. And a couple more things. So it has dual air bladders, deliver a sequential compression around the foot and ankle.
Yep.
Okay. There's 3 levels of air pressure, and there's 3 levels of heat settings.
Okay.
It's adjustable via the heel of the shoe or Bluetooth, similar to what you could do in a Nike Air.BB. So you have the app. I got to download the app. Right, and it's battery powered. It lasts 1.5 hours consistently. Use a USB-C charging cord.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, purposes, right? What does it do? It enhances circulation, loosens muscles and soft tissue, and alleviates soreness, especially around the Achilles and ankles.
That's great. Yeah, no, that's great. I mean,
come on now.
You know, for me, experiencing injuries, anything that has to do with like getting you back on track,
right?
I'm all ears.
Same.
Like I want to know more about it because it's important.
Right. And here's the thing. This is not like innovative in terms of one of a kind, right? There's other Normatec boots. This is the first Normatec boots that you can actually move in and walk in. All right, Bobby, it's that time.
Nice.
It's that time for unboxing. You know, we got the blade going on right here, Bobby. You ready for this? I'm excited, man. Are you excited? Are you curious about this?
I'm very curious. Like I said, for me to understand now that the foundation on why these shoes exist gets me more excited about how effective they are for recovery.
Right.
Because I have compression myself. I have those massage for the knees, out of the ice, out of the heat. I do all those things. So for Nike to come out with a product that makes that process easier,
right,
I'm interested.
Right. And this is like as I read the functionality, the benefits of being an athlete, being a person that is on their feet all the time, whether it's running, whether it's walking, whatever you're doing. I saw the benefit of these, right?
Yeah, look at this box.
Look at this. Look at this big body bins.
Big body
bins. You want to take the box, Bobby?
Yep.
All right, here we go. This is our first Kickstory unboxing of the Nike Hyperice Hyperboot. This is a size large.
Cool.
All right.
You want
to see the box we got going on here, right?
The box is very clean, cool design.
And it says innovation that... Sorry, I'm getting a little away from the mic. Hold on. All right, and it says innovation that pushes the boundary for athletes. Yeah.
I'll read off this one, man.
Okay, what it says? What that says?
A collaboration between Nike and Hyperice featuring pneumatic dynamic air compression plus hyperheat thermal technology. Okay.
All right.
Basically what you said, yeah.
All right. Perfect. We're just going to just show first reactions to this, guys. I'm actually going to go on, and I'm probably going to do an Instagram live, right, of this, like opening this up live and kind of just wearing them and testing them out, things of that nature. It's not charged up, right? So, let's see what functions we can use because, usually you have to charge a little bit. All right.
Let's take a look.
Let's do it.
I'll hold it here.
Wait. All right. Look at this dungeon. Dun.
Okay.
Jesus. Woof. All right. Here you go, Bobby. Here's your pair.
All right. Here's mine. I saw pictures too, of LeBron wearing them. So
yeah. He actually debuted these in the 2024 Olympics. So that was the first time we saw Braun.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at these boys. Good Lord.
Move this aside too.
Wow. Yes, sir. No. Keep that right there because I want to show what this is too. It's a box right in here, and then we're gonna put it to the side. All right, Bobby.
All right. Let's see. I'm wrapping as you're unwrapping.
Look at this. Wow. What?
This is
crazy. Wow.
Now, remember, keep in mind, these aren't sneakers per se. These are more of a tool.
This is a tool.
Yeah.
And I hope nobody's going outside wearing these. Bless you, man. You good? I hope nobody's going outside rocking these, right? And like wearing them as a fashion statement. I mean, like I can see people doing that. Remember what it did? Remember when the iPhone, the Apple made those goggles that people walking around looking crazy.
They just want to push the envelope.
You already know.
Fashion game. But
look at this.
I get it.
This is crazy.
All the buttons, all the controls are here on the side.
Yep.
It looks like there's a recharging little. Yep. There's a USB-C.
The USB-C port right here.
C port.
Let's see. Open it up. Yep.
No, I mean, there's some traction on the bottom there too. If you did want to wear them,
if you can wear them,
okay, yeah,
because they have these mimic like you know the compression sleeves for runners, right? They wear the whole entire the same concept, right? But this is wearable, and this is where the technology of Nike. Hold on, Bobby, look at this little Velcro, right? That makes it adjust. Open up the Velcro, Bobby. Look what it says. This is dope. Look at this. What it says, Bobby?
Get ready to move and move again.
Get ready to move and move again.
Wow. That's all Velcro.
Right.
I'm gonna move this aside. Are you good with that?
Yep, I'm good. You can put that right in this box. Okay. I'm curious to see. I'm assuming this is the charging.
What I'm interested about these,
is
that you can actually wear them. Normally, when you wear something for recovery, you shouldn't be walking around. You should just be just like standing still. So this kind of allows you to move around still as you're recovering, right? So that's interesting.
Bobby, check this out. So these are 3 different ports, plugs, right? And it's one for American and international as well, right? Okay. All right, so this is the charging kit right here. All right.
Instructions. It has a cable in there.
Cable and the USB-C.
Yep.
Here we have it. Open it up. It got the little shoe stuffer in there, and then as you can see, just a nice. I'm excited to recover in these, Bobby. I'm excited, Bobby. We do half marathons, man. We do half marathons. Imagine the benefit after one of our half marathons that we do, and then wear this for an hour.
Yeah, no, I
you know what I'm saying?
Interested to see how much.
This is dope.
How much it does have an effect, on the recovery process. So yeah, this looks good. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, the build is unusual just because it's not. I feel like it's
a little rocking boat, right?
Yeah, it's not what we're normally used to. But overall, like I said, it's. I like that they're providing something for the athlete to really keep them on top of their game. Because, as you've seen, a lot of athletes are getting hurt on the court.
Achilles injuries at an all-time high, Bob.
For me, I'm noticing that it's happening more often, than before.
Right.
For some reason, I'm a big skeptic when it comes to low tops.
Yep.
Especially
for like a bigger position player, like a forward, power forward or center.
Yeah, it's crazy to see low tops being the norm. I get the style approach, but at the same time, like you can roll your ankles quick, and I've seen that too often. And then there goes your career. You're not as explosive. Right. That's why I'm just like, you got to wear some high tops. We got to get high tops back into the mix.
Or you got to wear some Hyperboots.
I guess so, but even though that's not going to prevent the injury,
no,
that's going to do it afterwards.
Well, they recommend this for before you
get
work
warmed up
get warmed up, right?
Okay,
so it's part of your warm up routine and then post, right? Sha'Carri Richardson, she's the runner. She's a big advocate of these. She's one of the poster childs and really advocates for this. For this boot. I'm really, really excited to try this, man.
You know what I see?
I'm really excited to try this.
You know where I see this going?
Yeah.
Nike introducing a more subtle version of this as technology
go. So it's more smaller, like
it's smaller,
right?
And it's basically built into your performance shoe.
What you mean?
Basically, it's all in one. Like your basketball shoe is going to have a recovery system.
Ooh, do you see like an attachment type ordeal?
No, I see more of like, let's say, heat pads in there for the bottom of your feet.
Ooh,
to massage those areas, the ball of your feet. I could
see
that type of technology, being integrated into your basketball shoes and your performance shoes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
After your run, you turn on the heat sensors. Boom, you start feeling the heat.
Right.
As technology is advancing, I could see that happening.
100%.
It's going to be all in one.
100%, all encompassing. Yeah. So this is like the intro.
I think so.
To what's capable, what's possible.
Just like what you showed us, like the first version.
Right.
Third version, and so on. So this is the first version of this thing.
Right.
And then as it moves on, I could see it being smaller, more compact, more built in to the everyday shoe.
Right. And for some reason, I mean, I'm not too mad of this, the silhouette, right? The silhouette, this looking at the shape, it speaks to what's going to happen with your feet.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, this is version 1.0, like you said. So you're right. It's going to trim down technology, batteries smaller.
Yeah.
But I'm not too bad. I even gave a homage, excuse me, to the waffle cone, man. Look at the bottom, man.
It's a little version of that. Yeah.
Yeah. The little Nike waffle, so this is different. I mean, this wasn't like, and remember, the HyperAdapt, the first version 1.0, right? It was $799.
I know, that's
retail for this was $899.
So it's not too far off. But this has a little bit more to offer, and of course that's the way it goes.
But the previous models, the Adapt BBs, now we had $200. So the technology is there. Price diminished by $400 or $500.
Yeah.
So you're right. I can see the next iteration of these, be a little bit more advanced and smaller with a better price point.
And this is functional. That's the one thing I do like about this at a first glance is that this is definitely gonna give you a benefit.
Right.
As an athlete or just a weekend warrior. If you're out there playing ball, you need something to recover. Cool.
Yep.
This is anything that will enhance your health and preserve your strength as you're getting older.
100%.
I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying?
And Bobby, if I could be honest with you, that was a big proponent for me, man. Most people are like, dag, $899. I'm like, man, I will spend $1 million on my health.
Yeah.
Right. For longevity. I believe in the fountain of youth. And I believe in doing things to yourself and your body to help your skin vibrate, to make your body work more functionally, and just really, really preserve this engine that we have, man. So
I'm the same way.
Yeah. I'm a big proponent of that. So it's not about the price. It's about, does it make sense? And it's about trying technology, like taking a risk.
Yeah.
Because also, with the Adapt technology, right? That's non-existent anymore. So, they took the risk. It served some type of reward, but at the end of the day, it wasn't an overall success.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Like I said, I think it was missing that mark of like, okay, what's the benefit of this?
What's the why behind it?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that ultimately when you're introducing a new idea to the market,
right,
you want to solve a problem. You want to add benefit to someone's life. And if it's just like, if it's just convenient, that could only go so far.
I see that.
And the convenience of like, okay, I don't have to touch my shoe. I don't have to bend over. I can just do it through an app.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But like this, recovery, I'm all for it. I think anything, like I said, to preserve your longevity,
right,
your health,
right,
that's awesome, man. Like for me, the older I get, the more I want out of myself,
Right.
So I want to try different things to keep that going. So this is great. I think this is something, I mean, the price tag is hefty. If you can, great. If you're really into your health and you have the funds to invest into that, do it.
Right.
By all means. I mean, this makes sense.
Right.
Give it a try,
Right.
see if it fits for you.
Right.
But I mean, to me, I don't think this is for like everyday folk.
No, 100% not. 100% not. But all right, man, we wanted to kind of showcase something new to Kickstory podcast, something new to the technology world, and we're gonna give some reviews online on Instagram, right? We're gonna kind of show. I'm gonna wear these and do a workout or do a run, do something, and then kind of. What's the benefits? What's the benefits?
Casually. You should go out.
Nah, man, come on, man. Wear them casually.
Push the envelope.
I'm not going to do all that, man. This is looking like moon boots.
Yeah.
Like for real moon boots.
Honestly, you can get away with that, man. Right now, today's fashion has changed so dramatically that
I know
the wildest thing is going to be the coolest thing. Which is cool, whatever. That's your thing.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. But
it's not my thing.
Yeah, it's not for all of us.
Right.
But this is great, man. This is what Kickstory is all about. We're going past, present, and future.
Yeah.
So they all go hand in hand.
100%.
And but like I said, you're gonna do your little on-feet review.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little on-feet review, man. Once this episode come out, I'll do an on-feet review and test them out a little bit and just make some use of them.
Nice, awesome, man. Great stuff, man. I'm glad you pulled the trigger and got these.
Hey, man, not many people would, but sometimes you just got to just do what you feel is right, man.
Got to do it for the Kickstory audience here.
Do it for the Kickstory audience. Do it for myself.
Yeah,
right. Do it for myself, and just once again live life, have a little fun.
Yeah,
have a little fun.
I get it. Cool, man. This is great, man. Thank you for sharing this.
100%.
Guys, you made it this far. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're not, hit that subscribe button right now. Hit that notification bell. Make sure your friends and family are watching this. help the channel grow.
Yep.
And also go to kickstorypodcast.com. You will find links to all of our channels, audio. If you're listening to us, we're on all the platforms.
100%.
If you're watching us, YouTube, great. Keep on doing it. Instagram, TikTok, all those good stuff. Kickstorypodcast.com. Go there. You'll see all the links there. Okay, guys?
Yep. You guys got the hyper boots?
Let us know.
Do you guys got the $899
Plus tax.
plus tax?
Yeah.
Plus shipping.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, shipping was free. But do you guys, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on this hyper boots? Yeah. This is a totally different world.
Or functional.
Right. Gimmick or functional. This is a totally different realm. We're entering a different realm in the age of sneakers. This one right here is to benefit you.
Most definitely.
Right.
I see it.
And,
the test is definitely going to, give us that answer. But,
100%.
yeah, let us know. If you have a pair, if you're looking into it, let us know what your thoughts are. Man, great.
That's it. That's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, subscribe, show some love. Give us your Hyperboot experience. Give us your Hyper Ice experience. And thank you for joining us. See you on the next one. Catch you on the rebound.
Till next time, guys.
Peace.
Thank you for watching this episode of Kickstory. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any episodes. And stay connected with us on Instagram and these podcast platforms listed here. We also want to hear from you. So make sure to comment below and give us your thoughts. Thanks again for your support, and we'll see you next time.